Tomorrow night, WTAE Channel 4 features Chronicle After War, the story of life after battle for Western Pennsylvania's military men and women and their families.
We're honoring this new generation of combat veterans, and we're remembering those who never made it home.
That's why I said if I could say something to him, I just hope he knew how proud I was of him.
Kathy Handley has never met Gerald or Debbie Caskey.
The Army's about 8 weeks.
The Caskeys don't know Freddie Jackson.
This is funeral day. This is funeral day. There's the undertaker right there.
And Freddie has never been introduced to Tom or Dee Vandling.
He was
perfect.
He really was the perfect child. He really was.
But these four families,
My life is what it is.
7 strangers,
I think I only saw him cry once.
share something so raw,
My son was doing what he wanted to do.
something so intimate, so beyond description,
Apparently he had a choice.
that they can each taste it when they breathe.
There's life before that day and life after. So that's how we judge time now. He had a couple of rough years in high school, and then one day he just called me at work and said, Mom, I joined the Marines.
Ryan Lane and Joe Caskey were Marines.
Joe, it was very real. It was very deep and abiding, and he loved his country.
When he got deployed, I was very, but she was a wreck. She watched TV constantly.
I probably have 9 TVs in the house, and I had every channel, every TV on.
While he was
watching,
over there.
The campaign when they showed the movement of the troops.
Tommy Vandling and Stevon Booker joined the Army.
And this was his decision, not mine. It was his. And a lot of people asked me about the war. I didn't support the war. I supported my son. And to this very day, I still say the same thing. I supported my son.
They trained and they fought and they grew into men. 4 strangers, 1 mission.
April the 5th, 2003.
You'll never forget that day.
Never. Never, never.
And then it happened.
July 23rd, 2009. 3 o'clock in the afternoon their time. The day that every day feels like yesterday. It just... the most horrible day of my life.
June the 26th, 2010, we did get the knock on the door very early in the morning. The Marine van pulled up out front, and the captain and the first sergeant of the unit from North Versailles, from the Reserve unit, came out.
He sat me down. He sat in front of me just like you are. And then he told me. I heard him, but I didn't hear him.
And then the doorbell rang, and there were 2 officers at the door. And I opened the door and promptly shut it, right in their face. Just instinct, I just shut the door. Go away. And the Marines come in. And then he just stood before me and he says, Ma'am, I'm sorry to regret. United States of America, sorry to tell you that your son, Sergeant Ryan H. Lane, was killed in action. I said, no, I don't want to hear it, no.
The look is really, before any word is spoken, it's not, words don't have to be spoken when this happens, because people know what, military people know what's happened when someone pulls up at your house like in that manner, in their dressed uniforms, and come to your door. Under those circumstances, you know exactly what's happened.
He was in bad shape, and I couldn't see his face. And I said, well, what can I see? He said, you can't see his face because he got messed up, and they had it wrapped in white linen. I said, I can't do that. I said, I can't have that memory in my heart of my son like that.
That look in that man's eyes, I'll never forget. He was just so riddled with grief.
I don't remember a whole lot after that, to tell you the truth, in terms of the details, because you kind of, at that point, it's just pure grief, pure raw grief.
4 families, 4 funerals.
What sticks out in my mind most is we're driving to the cemetery and the people just lining the streets. There was that big flag on 79, do you remember?
You know, all the flags are half-mast, and police officers were at every intersection saluting them.
I think that undertaker told me there was 129 cars going to the gravesite.
Over 2,000 people at the funeral home. His funeral procession was 4.5 miles long.
7 strangers now forever united. There are also stories of hope and inspiration during Chronicle After War. It is a remarkable hour of television. We invite you to join us tomorrow night at 8, right here on WTAE.